Hello, everyone. Hope you are doing great. And let's start with our first story titled, I left her because she made me wait for sex. Am I the a-hole? Me 26 male, her 26 female. I've been seeing a woman for 3.5 months, and things were going great except for the lack of sex. Now I didn't mind this because she said she really likes being with me and is interested in building something long-term and wishes to take it slow. Fine by me. But then last Friday, we were making dinner at my place and having drinks, and the awkward topic of our past came up. I didn't bring it up. She did, asking about exes and whatnot. Then she admitted she hadn't dated for a while. So out of curiosity, I asked how she was getting her needs met, and she mentioned having friends with benefits from time to time. Okay, fine. It's not serious. But then she continued and is like, I can see it's bugging you before spilling her guts, basically. I didn't press her. She spilled. Again, she spilled. And I just stood there awkwardly cooking and having my drink. She starts telling me how she knows it probably bothers me that we've not had sex, but she really likes me. And it's been years since she was in a relationship or even felt such a connection with someone. And she's been worried I'll think she is a SLUT or something if we slept together too quickly. Then from there, she goes on to talk about how she had lots of sex between her last relationship and now, which is a period of nearly 5 years. And every time she did hook up with someone new, it made her feel like she was losing a piece of the woman she was, who just loved romance and wanted to be with one guy. But she was young and figured she would explore now rather than dealing with such feelings later when she found a great guy. So I asked her if they were all friends with benefits, and she said no, that she had a number of one-night stands from when she would go clubbing and partying, hookups from dating apps, plus all the dudes she slept with more than once, who she also met under those circumstances, plus on social media. And she said she slept with all of them very quickly, often on the same day, night, or within a couple days max. At this point, I was feeling extremely jealous, I won't lie, because I do like her very much. And we've been having a good time without having sex, but knowing that she slept with so many guys very quickly but held off because we're serious annoyed me. I haven't had as many partners as she's had, but I've slept with past girlfriends and friends with benefits, and outside of my first girlfriend from high school, didn't wait with any of them more than a couple weeks. I don't think there's anything off-putting about me. I've been relatively successful at dating and hooking up through my teens and 20s. I guess it instantly bothered me that she was willing to sleep with all these dudes, but when it's serious, she wants to wait. But it's still her choice, I guess. Out of annoyed curiosity, I asked if she'd slept with anyone prior to us meeting and talking, which was a month before we got together. She said yes, that she dated one dude briefly for a month, and they slept together the whole time earlier this year, but it wasn't serious. Then she admitted to having sex with another guy a couple times just before we got together. So during the period we were speaking but not dating. At this point, the tension is ridiculously high and she's apologizing and telling me how she's so sorry and knows I'm mad because she can see. I tell her to drop it because it's not going to do us any good to continue the conversation. We have an awkward dinner then. Later that night, she asks if I'd like to have sex. A day earlier, it would have been an enthusiastic yes. That night, I felt like she was just guilty and trying to make me feel better. I turned her down and ended up sleeping in the spare room of my place. When she left the next day, I spent all day feeling sick. It bothered me a lot. My mind was filled with all sorts of crap. That evening, I sent her a message telling her I didn't think it will work out and explained that I just don't see anything for us down the road. I said her choices were her own, and that's on her, but I felt like I was being held to some unfair higher standard. It hurt. I liked her, but I knew it would constantly be on my mind how she slept around and did so pretty quickly while I waited because things were serious. I spoke to both guy and girlfriends. My guy friends pretty much agreed with me breaking it off while my girlfriends disagreed, and almost across the board had a stance of, guys don't really get it. It's different when you genuinely have feelings for someone versus something casual. It's been a week since. I still feel sad. I've blocked her everywhere we talked. I do miss her, but last Friday night still has me feeling effed up. So, am I the a-hole for leaving her because of this? In the comments, a user said, not my story really, but a friend of mine was dating a girl. Apparently things were going great, but she was waiting. Turns out only he was waiting. She had two booty call dudes. So she went out on dates with my friend, dinner, movies, concerts and stuff. He paid always. But at the end of the night, she went home and called one of her side hustles. She was shocked when he dumped her. Not the a-hole. Sleeping with multiple dudes is not the flex she thinks it is. Imagine saying, I screwed everyone, but I want to wait with you because you are so special. And now to the second story. Wife asked for open marriage. I asked for divorce. I'm wondering if I have jumped the gun or have been reasonable here. We have been married for 12 years now. Things have always been great without any particular up or down. My wife has always been a kind, sweet woman, and up until this, I thought the world of her. And then she went and broached the talk about open marriage. What if we consider opening up marriage? Because all her friends did it, and it's 2024. I didn't get angry or anything like that. I just listened and offered my counters. I asked if her friends are influencing her into this. She said no. I asked if she already had someone in mind. She said no. I asked her to give me some time to think about it, and she agreed, stating we don't have to do it if I'm not up for it. I shouldn't have, but in the days after I checked her phone and laptop, nothing suspicious, or that suggests she was cheating already. Last week I told her I thought about it, and in my opinion she can date anyone she wants, because I want a divorce. Cue the sobbing, the begging and all. If I knew, I wouldn't have even asked. She refuses to move out, and so do I, so I sleep in the guest room. She's taken sick from work, and every time I am home she keeps begging to talk and go back to the bedroom with her. I believe her friends actually tried to influence her and she didn't do anything at all, but this unraveled my perception of her. Was I too fast to mention divorce? OP is not in the wrong. She already has someone lined up and is just waiting for OP's approval. And now to the update. I wasn't jumping the gun. She was cheating emotionally and planning to do so physically. I checked her phone and computer and found nothing. But she came forward with a second phone I had no idea she even had. She thought I already knew. That's why she came out with it, just as I was starting to regret my decision. Her friend's suite talked her into it. Apparently those open marriages are just their affairs. The things I saw are stomach-churning. She begs to be given a second chance, and a part of me is foolishly considering giving it to her. But it's not the right thing to do. I don't want to leave her, but I have to for the sake of my dignity, pride, and self-respect. That I love her has become irrelevant. I believe her friends actually tried to influence her, and she didn't do anything at all. But this unraveled my perception of her. Was I too fast to mention divorce? An open relationship is just another fancy term for an affair. And the final update? This is not a good or satisfactory update. I was in the process of talking to a lawyer when someone very close to me passed away in a car accident. So everything has stopped for now. My wife wanted to organize the funeral, and although I made an effort to stop her, she still did. She says my behavior is not fair because this person was like a son to her as well, and in a moment like this, we should stick together. Then she doesn't care if I divorce her or not. Again, I reiterated she's free to do whatever she wants, as long as she does it away from me. And since she wouldn't respect nor honor my grief, I stopped talking to her altogether. She could talk, cry, or complain all she wanted, but I wouldn't respond. 2 days ago, I took my relative's ashes and moved into the apartment above my restaurant. My brother is the bartender, and I instructed him and our employees to turn away my wife if she comes here. She tried blowing up my phone, saying that taking the ashes was a low blow and we should stick together in this tragedy. I just blocked her. I won't update anymore. I just want to be alone in my grief and then get things over with my wife. Later, OP replied to a comment saying, that was my son, not hers. She has no right on him since she didn't adopt him. So the relative he is talking about was actually his son. Poor OP had to endure 2 losses in such a short time. Now she's using his grief to worm her way back in. I hope OP finds peace and strength. And the last story, I, 33 male, let my wife, 32 female, coerce me into an open marriage, and now I want to leave. The 10th anniversary is coming in a month, but I don't think we will make it that far. The COVID years, not seeing my family friends for a long time, I live abroad, and a slowly eroding relationship took a toll on me. She hates my parents, and our SEX life was getting worse over the years, as she was criticizing and mocking me when I didn't perform so well, or blaming me, when I was too tired to have SEX. Around 2.5 years ago, a depression slowly crept up on me, and my wife decided to start an emotional affair with a male colleague around that time. When I confronted her, she accused me of being possessive and insecure. That repeated several times. My mental health went on a downward spiral as we were arguing daily, and she blamed me for negative energy and not smiling often enough. I almost didn't sleep and lost all libido. Then she asked if she could get SEX somewhere else, since I'm not in the best form. I was shocked and refused immediately while telling her that it's against my core values to have an open relationship. She got mad at me for not willing to sacrifice for her and claimed she can do whatever she wants with her body. Eventually, I went to the doctor and got heavy antidepressants. She kept claiming that she can stop her friendship anytime if it's hurting me so badly. She never did. After trying to work on our SEX life and telling her that the criticism isn't helpful, she just claimed I'm oversensitive. She also refused counseling. The pressure to open the marriage went on for a year until I gave in. I was trying to get my mental health better and just didn't have the strength anymore. We were about to move to a new house far away from that guy. I thought that she might just not do anything stupid when it's not the forbidden fruit anymore and soon we'll be far away. Man, I was wrong. She screwed him at least 10 times. My head was done with her at that point and I should have left, but somehow my heart still believed. So, we made the move. I thought this was the chance to still recover, but she would blame me for bringing up old topic when I tried to talk about what happened and spent hours locked up in the bedroom. Eventually, I found out why. She's been already messaging some local guys. For me, too much has been broken at this point. I know I've done this to myself. I need to and want to get out. I consulted a lawyer already. I wanted to tell her I want a divorce when I have an apartment, but a couple of days ago, she came home smelling like another dude. She didn't even shower, so she smelled for 2 days. It was difficult not to throw up. I waited to calm down and this weekend told her I want to leave. We ended up talking for hours, which was incredibly exhausting. I told her that I don't see any other way than moving out. She got emotional, but we mostly could talk fairly and calmly. She doesn't want to end it, though. She wants to try again. I told her that I don't think that it would somehow undo the past 2.5 years of emotional abuse and affairs. I'll sleep with one eye open forever. She said she was like that because she wanted to fight for what she felt was right for her, meaning effing a colleague as an attempt to deal with her being raped some 12 to 13 years ago. She claims it has helped her, but the price is too big. I told her what the price is, me leaving, in advance though. She thinks we can make it if we want to, and if I don't, then I gave up on us. She also told me how I'm the right one for her, how she loves me, and that she likes almost everything about me. She also tried to seduce me to have sex. I don't know, is this love bombing? She said she understands she did hurt me. I even kind of believe she loves me, but I don't comprehend how you can treat someone you love like this for over 2 years. I mean, she effed her current guy just last week, apparently only out of despair, because our relationship is in such a bad state and she doesn't feel desired. I told her that my desire went after she coerced me into an open marriage and started screwing around. Anyways, she still wants to work on us and our sex life. I don't feel like I can do it anymore. In bed, it was never really good despite my best attempts. She asked if I don't want the nice times to come back. I told her that the nice times were the main reason why I stuck around for so long, trying to fight for the relationship. But now I'm too exhausted. Despite that, I asked, how does she think we could fix it then? She said more talking and cuddling, and it turns out she wants to keep her friend around, because when I asked whether she is ready to go no contact with him, she refused. If I'm forbidding her from having friends, we can just end it. I told her that if she effed him last week, he's not her friend. She didn't get it. Today, she said that if we were to close the relationship again, it would need to suit her, meaning that we would need to have sex again, and she would need to feel happy and desired again. It feels like she just expects me to do everything like she needs it, and she's barely able to give anything remotely resembling a compromise. For me, going no contact with her friends would be the bare minimum to even consider not leaving. My gut feeling speaks clearly, though. I should leave, and I started working on it. Does anyone have similar experience or any advice? Is there someone who thinks I should try to reconcile with her? Dude should have never agreed to this. She wants the security of a marriage while she gets to live the single life. She's highly manipulative, and OP is sucking up her behavior. And now to the update. It's been a while, so I decided to do an update. Since the last time my wife slept with her friend out of sheer desperation, because our relationship has been so rocky for the past 2-3 years, I finally started taking steps towards a separation and a divorce. I don't live in the US, and I can't get divorced as fast, as it's usually possible there. I met with a lawyer in secret, created a strategy for dividing the assets we own together, started slowly gathering my personal belongings I want to keep and take with me, and most importantly, I started looking for an apartment, also in secret. It has been much more challenging than I expected. I was counting with some troubles as I was searching for a place some 600 kilometers away, but it took months to find something. But I have a place to stay. I told my wife a few times already that I can't continue this relationship and will be leaving, for the first time shortly after her admitting having sex with the last guy. And 2 more times since then. Her reaction was always the same. She got emotional, crying and claiming that she didn't give up on us, but I am. For the record, she's the one who had affairs with several men. She has contact with them till this day and thinks I don't know probably. She's the one who has a significant part in my mental breakdown and needing to take antidepressants, and she's the one who threw the wedding ring at me at one point after an argument, who said it's over for her. That if I don't accept the reality of her effing whoever she wants, I can leave, and who said it's much better when I'm not at home. Now, when I took her suggestion, she's suddenly trying to hold on to me and pretends like the conversations about me leaving didn't happen. Anyways, I'm planning on packing my stuff on Friday, handing it over to the moving company on Saturday, and taking the train with the rest of my things on Sunday. Need to tell her that now, and I'm terrified for some reason. Even after all what she's done to me, I just don't want to hurt her. At the same time, I'm really pissed at her for doing what she did to me, and also at myself for letting it go this far. I also still keep getting second thoughts and must force myself into continuing with the plan. Is this normal? Also, any advice on how to approach this final conversation? It's quite a last-minute announcement, but then again, I told her several times in the last 3 months. Just never told how far I'm in my plan, or that I have an apartment arranged already. Don't meet her, just take your stuff. Place your ring on the table and ghost her. And good luck with your future. And that's it for today. Dear viewers, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss out. See you next time. Bye-bye.